Good morning, dear students of class 10. Today I am going to discuss with you the chapter from section A, Civics, the Union Parliament. The Union Parliament composed with both the house, that is the Lok Sabha, also known as lower house or the house of the people, and Rajya Sabha, that is upper house or council of the state. It is called the house called council of the state. To discuss this chapter, basically we have to know that the federal system of India. What do we understand by the term federation? Here federation means division of legislative, executive and financial power between the central government and the state government. And that is actually called Federation of India. That is why India is a federal country. Now coming to the point, step by step, according to your syllabus, we'll discuss two houses separately, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha, again repeating, it is a lower house, very important house, more powerful than another house, that is Rajya Sabha. The first point, the composition of the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, at present Lok Sabha's strength 545. Out of 545, 2 members are nominated by the President from the Anglo-Indian community. But it is clearly mentioned by our constitution, the Lok Sabha member must not exceed more than 552. But at present strength 545. Again, 5 out of 545, 543 members are elected from all states and union territories and 2 members nominated by the President. Now coming to the next point, what qualifications are required to become a member of the Lok Sabha? To become a member of the Lok Sabha, the most and foremost important, that is he or she must be citizen of India, candidate must be citizen of India, must be attained the age of 25 years and also should not hold any office and profit under India government and the state government, and of course very sound mind. So this is the qualifications are required to become a member of the Lok Sabha. Now coming to the next point, that is a term or duration. The normal term of the Lok Sabha is 5 years, but it is very important, as long as the member of the Lok Sabha enjoy the confidence in the house, they can remain in office, otherwise not. Because if no, in meantime, anytime no confidence motion pass means Prime Minister along with his all colleague, they have to resign. That means fall of the government. So we can say the Lok Sabha members, they are actually, as long as they enjoy the confidence in the house. Now third, another option is there. During the emergency, the Lok Sabha terms, it exceed 1 more year. That means 5 plus 1 equal to 6 years. That is the term of the Lok Sabha. But you keep it mind, the normal term, if question coming normal term, that you have to write only, it is 5 years. Now the next point, what do you understand by the adult franchise, or what kind of election, how member elected in the Lok Sabha? Lok Sabha here is direct election according to adult suffrage or the adult franchise. That means in India, those are attained the age of 18 and above, they only can cast the vote. They only can cast vote. That is the irrespective of their caste, color, creed, sex and religion. Anyone can cast vote. That is called universal adult franchise. So once again repeating, the Lok Sabha election through direct way. It is a direct election, not like a Rajya Sabha, because Rajya Sabha indirect election. Now coming to the next point, the very important point, who is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha? The speaker is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. And you have to study along with the main function of the speaker. It is better to study the function when session is going on, when house session is going on, what function performed by the presiding officer or the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Before that, we should also know how speaker is elected. Speaker election. Try to understand. Speaker is elected amongst its member present and voting. That means he belongs to Lok Sabha. He elected by the member of the Lok Sabha present and voting. Now coming to the next point, power and functions of the speaker. The first and important power, the speaker is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. Second important point, the speaker maintain decorum, means discipline of the house. Third important point, when bill actually arrive in the Lok Sabha, it is the speaker, his decision is final, the bill is money bill or non-money bill. The next one, another important point, the speaker never cast vote at the beginning, first instance. The speaker casts vote only to try the tie the break. Actually, when equal and against equal votes, so to tie the break, speaker casts the vote. Even speaker also, his very important role played. Without his permission, no journalist or press and media not allowed to enter to see the gallery of the house. That is very important. So that this is the speaker function, you have to study very carefully. Now coming to the another point, the exclusive power of the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, the most exclusive power, that is first one, money bill only introduced in the Lok Sabha. First money bill introduced in the Lok Sabha, then it transmitted into the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha within 14 days must be returned the bill to the Lok Sabha. Here when bill again coming to the Lok Sabha has right to accept or reject the bill. In this way, it again proved Lok Sabha is more powerful than the Rajya Sabha. Now coming to another exclusive power, that is very important. Here election is direct. The Lok Sabha member elected all through the direct election according to adult franchise. Third important power, that is it is a non-money bill case. If there is a disagreement between both the house on the non-money bill or the ordinary bill, that time speaker called the joint sitting of both the house. During the joint sitting of both the house, as much as members support the bill will win. In that case, you can understand very clearly, Lok Sabha member more double than the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha present member 545, Rajya Sabha at present total member 245. You can see nearly double member. So in that case, the maximum member they'll cast vote in favor of the bill. So bill will win. So in that case, Lok Sabha opinion again became the privileges. Actually, it will win. The next point, another very important point, all important members, including Prime Minister, other cabinet minister, they belongs to the Lok Sabha. This is the way Lok Sabha is very important power. And another exclusive power Lok Sabha, that is very important power, the no confidence motion also passed in Lok Sabha. If no confidence motion passed, the government has to resign. This is also very important point. No confidence motion, even censure motion, it also passed in the Lok Sabha. Now today's last point I have to discuss with you the parliamentary power and function of the parliament. Parliament power and function you have to study in three angles. There's a legislative power, financial power. Coming from the first one, legislative power. Legislative power, parliament, you have to study all the three kind of lists related to that. that is the union list, concurrent list and the state list. The parliament has exclusive power that is under the union list, exclusive power to make law in the union list. There is 97 subject in the union list, that means we can say the parliament has exclusive right to make the law, such as railway, telegraph and post and telegraph and communication, etc. Another point, the parliament and state legislature both they have right to make the law in the concurrent list. But if there is a disagreement or conflict on the bill, always the parliament verdict will be win. So that is very important. Another one, residuary power. Residuary power means except three lists, that means union list, state list and the concurrent list, parliament has right to make law other subjects. That is very important. Which is not mentioned in the union list, which not mentioned in the concurrent list, which not mentioned in the state list, parliament has right to make the law. This is way you have to study, especially very carefully, the union parliament's power and functions. For example, we discuss the especially financial part of the parliament, you have to study very carefully, that is money bill only introduced in the Lok Sabha. Number one, money bill only introduced in the Lok Sabha, then it transmit similar way, transmitted into the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha within 14 days has to return the bill to the Lok Sabha. Here Lok Sabha has right to accept or reject the recommendation of the Rajya Sabha. Now next one, budget. Budget means the total year their expenditure and whatever money allocated, that is we call budget. There is a two kind of budget. One is general budget, one is railway budget. So that you have to that is also under the parliament financial power. Another one, consolidated fund of India. The important dignitary salaries, it was from the Consolidated Fund of India, like a president's salary, vice president, judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts, their all salaries, it was from the Consolidated Fund of India. That Consolidated Fund of India means this actually not required for vote in the parliament, not required vote in the parliament. That is very, very important. Many time question has come, mention the name of two important dignitary salaries which is under the Consolidated Fund of India. That is the president's salary, vice president, all chief justice of the Supreme Court, High Court, judges of the Supreme Court, High Courts and high dignitaries, they are all salaries from the Consolidated Fund of India. So you have to study very carefully. When you study Lok Sabha, you either another very important way, you can study in the two angles, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha comparative study also you can study, that also easy. Like when you study Lok Sabha composition, together with you make two column, Rajya Sabha's composition. Like Lok Sabha composition, 545 members, out of 545, 2 members are nominated by the president. On the other hand, Rajya Sabha total 245 members, out of 245 members, 12 members nominated by the president. Those are excelled in their own field, like science, literature, social service, etc., etc. So if you study comparative study, for another example, for terms and duration, Lok Sabha normal term 5 years, but Rajya Sabha is a permanent house, never dissolved. 1/3 of its member retire every 2 years rotation. Therefore, it is a term we can say the 6 years, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 years. It is not 5 years. So again I am repeating, the Rajya Sabha is the permanent house, never dissolved. 1/3 of a member is retired every 2 years. So you have to study very carefully. If they study comparative study, it is not difficult for you and you can understand better. So thank you so much.